I'm convinced this is the best gluten-free concha recipe you're gonna find on the internet. And they only take about 45 minutes from start to finish versus 6 hours for a regular concha. So I'm not going to be making a quarter of this recipe due to educational purposes. So I'm going to put the list of the ingredients and how much to put in the description down below. And then so what I'm doing on camera is going to be less than what you're going to be doing in real life. So the recipe is for 8 conchas. So I'm only going to be doing 2. First, we're going to sift into our bowl all of the dry ingredients. We're gonna be using half of this King Arthur brand gluten-free flour and the other half of almond flour. The reason I do this is because the taste of the almond flour is really strong, but the King Arthur gluten-free flour is really hard. So a balance of the two really helps. I'm just gonna be putting in some salt, baking powder, baking soda, some cinnamon, and then sift that through. To that, we're just gonna add vanilla to taste. We're gonna add some maple syrup. We're gonna add egg, buttermilk, and melted butter. And lastly, you're going to want to add some xanthan gum. And it's just gonna help your dough since there's no gluten in it to hold it all together. Mixture is going to be extremely sticky. Now you want to just let this rest for about 30 minutes to help let that gluten-free dough really absorb all the moisture. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and make the topping. And I'm just using half powdered sugar and half of the King Arthur gluten-free flour. Now if you're wanting these to be sugar-free, just throw some monk fruit or whatever your choice of sweetener is in a blender until it's powdered, because you don't want your topping to be all crunchy. Just going to add some shortening, and you're gonna pinch it together. Always gonna add less shortening than you did of the flour and the powdered sugar, but you want it to be where it just comes together into almost like a dough. Once you have your desired consistency, you can also add some flavorings. I just have some freeze-dried strawberries that I'm gonna add in for some color and some flavor. This is gonna be a lot different than regular conchas. You're literally just going to plop it down on your prepared baking sheet, just like that. Try and get it in the roundest shape you can. We're still going to want to put some egg wash on these because the paste does have a hard time sticking to the dough, even with it being so sticky. We're going to take our topping, and you're going to want to get it as thin as you can. If you want to, you can use a tortilla press. So, you're just going to push that over the top here, just like that. Now your concha cutter is not going to be much of use to you here since the bread is very, very, very delicate. But I do want to kind of use that as a guideline with my knife. That way it looks prettier than just me making random cuts. But y'all can do it however you want to. Now we're gonna bake these at 350 degrees for about 23 minutes. This is them out of the oven. So these are actually very, very soft. They're very, very moist. They have a good flavor. They don't taste exactly like a concha would. There's no gluten in it, there's no wheat in it. It's gonna have a different flavor. But they're very good. Very good.